You know, if you only watch the movies, it's kind of hard to tell how and why this guy got such a reputation to be a badass. But we're not looking at the movies. Today we're just looking at the toy. And we got Boba Fett. Boba. Alright, guys. So here we have the new archive version of the Black Series 6-inch Boba Fett. And this thing is painted to the nines. You've got green paint of multiple colors all over this guy, along with tons and tons of detail and weathering. You've got all kinds of beat up armor chinks and everything like that. His own logos there. I mean, look at this. This is just crazy. Hold on. Come on. It's going to do that thing where it doesn't want to focus so close again. Look at that. I don't think I ever noticed how beat up his helmet was. Now, mind you, it was his father's helmet, but repainted. So it is what it is. But look at all that kind of dry brushing on there. Shoulder pads. You even got some nice kind of soft rope dealy happening right here on the arm. You've got you got a gum packet right there. Wonder who he stole that from. You do got his nice arm missile there. A couple other weird things underneath there. And you do have his rifle, which is painted nicely. I just kind of had him in that stance where he was on the bridge of that ship that one time, as everybody was telling him to go do the thing. Look at that real quick. Kind of just looks like a Remington or Winchester modified. Maybe I'm wrong. Pretty cool tan there on the grip. Nicely painted butt with some buckles. Like buckles going all directions. It's got a little scope there. And some of that nice dry brush weathering going on. It looks pretty good. I do wish it had like a holster or a strap or something that it could go on. The only holster he does have is for his pistol, which has virtually no detail, just some silver paint and some brown plastic. Like so. It's okay. It's just there. It doesn't really stay in the holster very well either. I've had it fall out. I mean, like, it's fine just sitting there like that, but if you start moving him around, it will fall out. It bumps out very easy. You got brown painted straps right here for a belt with some silver detailing. Guys, I'm gonna say this now. I'm really mad that Samsung has not fixed what they did to the camera. So I'm still using my old phone, which means my focus isn't good or anything like that, but I have pro settings. So here's my regular phone that I was filming on for well over a year, and now I can't. So I'm just pissed. So you do have his rocket pack along with big old missile top. You've got the silver bits here, some red bits here, orange there, and it definitely looks old. The thruster bells under here are capped, which makes no sense. And it does pull off. It's just on a peg, but I'm going to leave it alone. You do get some soft goods. You get his little kind of one-sided cape here. It's got some kind of weathering to it. Actual paint running through there. So it's a little stiff. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Like, it'll probably take some... The pleats on it are very, very stiff. So I'd probably not really mess with it too much. So you can kind of get the shoulder out like that. But it's pretty good. Belt, he does have, on the front side of the belt, he's got these big old pouches that don't do anything. You've got all kinds of detail here on the legs. Like so. Got some nice dry brushing there. Whatever the heck these things technically are. I'm just bumping into stuff. Could be thrusters, could be guns, I don't know. He's got what look to be tools in pouches on his shins, which I don't think I ever noticed. And he's got some pointy stuff on the bottom of his feet. And you've got multitudes of different types of paint, mostly just flat or semi-gloss, just to kind of stand out a little bit. But overall, he's actually very, very cool. Now, for articulation, it feels like a ball joint, and that's it. The neck itself doesn't Oh, no, he does have a turkey neck, so he does have a disc hinge with a ball joint, so that's good. Can rotate all the way around. Shoulders are on disc hinges, can get up to about there, but you're scraping the paint on the shoulder, which, by the way, I missed the Mandalorian symbol there. Also missed the fact that I'm not in autofocus. There we go. No bicep rotation up here. Everything's done at the elbow. So single jointed elbow with elbow rotation. And given the forearm stuff, does it rotate? Okay, it does rotate below the elbow. That's good. That'll get some of that stuff out of the way. So you can get a decent bend, mostly just to 90 degrees. And then if you need to point his arm missile like so, you can do that. And you can be like, Iron Man, I got this. Over there. And then turn that wrist down like so. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And like I said, you got all this stuff here. Wrist is just on a normal peg with the disc hinge. You've got what I assume is double ball joint up at top and bottom because it moves quite a lot. You get a lot of ab crunch. The belt does move nicely and you can rotate, though it is a little wonky rotationally wise. Just T-mounted ball joints for hips, so you can do decent splits there. Though I don't know what's going on there. It's like that's his actual crotch and this is armor. That's kind of weird. Die cut, which is right there above this. Nicely hidden, doesn't really break up the sculpt. Double jointed knee that's really, really stiff, which I appreciate the stiffness. So he can get a good pose there. Ankle, nothing down here that I can tell. Looks like I wanted to do a boot cut, but left it out. But you just got ratcheted ankle with the pivot like usual. I want to get some stands. I know there's some stands for these things. So that's pretty cool. And like I said before, he can hold his weapons, although it is very difficult. Like the other pistol, it's probably much easier to hold than the rifle. And he doesn't really have a trigger finger, so he's sort of just bending that finger to make it work. Let me see here. Okay, so you're fairly limited on this elbow. Okay, so here he has a joint right above the elbow that rotates because that's a different kind of knee pad, or I'm sorry, elbow pad, and then a wired thingy in there, so you can just tuck the gun up under. That's about as good as that's gonna get. Now I wanted to have him holding it with both hands, but I really couldn't make it happen. Well, I mean, if you can, it's just this number. But now he's legit holding just the barrel of the gun. I would love to have it over here, but now look, he's completely pulled it out of his hand. So they should have given him a proper gun holding hand, and that seems very short-sighted on Hasbro's part. Let me see if I can get him to hold that center section. Just kind of had to work it a little bit. And now the elbow is facing that way. So I guess it is what it is. A double jointed elbow would have been great for this, but he looks good. He looks really good. And that's really, I think, what the Archive series is meant to do. Look really pretty and give us a new version of an old figure. Now for quick comparison, we'll throw him out here with the Gamorrean Guard. He was shorter, but beefy. But you can get them in a Jabba's palace scene. That'd be cool. And you've got Vader here. So, yay. Pretty cool. And just for giggles, bring in good old Han that he's after for Jabba. So, yay for that. So guys, that's going to be it for this review of the new Black Series Archive Boba Fett. And if you really want to, I think pretty much all the bounty hunters from the first trilogy are out, just in different ways. So it's either this or the other ones. You can pick them up at Disney Store or whatever, Walgreens. You can probably find most of them. I only want Boba Fett. I don't really need all the other ones. That's just not my thing. I just have always liked Boba Fett in and of itself. think he looks pretty cool. Guys, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe-ish button. If you're interested in helping support the channel, by all means, you can check out the Patreon or even the Shoky shirts. Both can definitely go towards keeping things moving forward. And also, shout out to Ernest for sending these to me. And then, of course, after I get them in hand, they appear on the shelves in my city. That's just how collecting works sometimes, guys. I'll catch you on the next review. And remember, as always, to keep on hunting.